iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Everybody, it's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. Do you know what I have in front of me? I have the draft board from the Beat Lisa Ann League from Scout Fantasy last night. I know Adam Ronis was in this draft. Lisa Ann was in this draft. A couple other friends were in this draft. So I want to go through it and see what I can pick up early. I mean, this is June, and things are going to change. We know this. Things are going to change in June. They're going to change in July. We know this, okay? But it's interesting to see lineup construction, what teams did, where players went, if they went too soon, if they went too late. The first round, Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, I think you'll see any three in those order. I would take David Johnson one, but Bell certainly is one. No problem with that. Elliott's going to go three. That's what I really believe will happen. I think after that, you'll get your three wide receivers. Brown, Beckham, Jones. And once again, it can be in any order. Beckham, Jones, Brown, Jones, Beckham, Brown, whatever, Beckham, whatever it is, those three. Then I think the first round starts to get interesting. It picks 7. Whether it be Mike Evans, LaShawn McCoy, that's who went next, Evans, then McCoy, Michael Thomas, A.J. Green went 10, Jordy Nelson went 11, Jordan Howard went 12. But look, if McCoy went 9 and Green went 8 and Nelson went 10, I mean, I think anything of that could have happened. I was a little surprised that Melvin Gordon lasted to the second pick of the second round. I thought he should have been a first-round pick. I like Jordan Howard, I do, but I think I would take Melvin Gordon first, especially he's got a better quarterback, and Jordan Howard's got Mike Glennon, and that is awful. So I think I would have done that there, but I mean, I have no problem with Michael Thomas going. So it went Evans, McCoy, Thomas, Green, Nelson, Howard. No problem. It's pretty good. Okay? The second round was DeAndre Hopkins early. Melvin Gordon, great pick. DeMarco Murray, I'm fine with that. Amari Cooper, way early. Doug Baldwin, a hair early. T.Y. Hilton, a steal there. Devonta Freeman, a steal. Brandon Cooks, Jay Ajayi, Rob Gronkowski, Tyreek Hill early, Dez Bryant. Now I'm going to read you the third round because I want to get to something at the end of the third round. Julian Edelman, Jarvis Landry, Carlos Hyde, hate that pick. Demaryius Thomas, Lamar Miller, Leonard Fournette, Terrell Pryor, Devontae Adams, Todd Gurley, Aaron Rodgers, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce. So, at the end of round 3, every team but one has a running back. Every team but one has a running back. Interesting. Now, the team who didn't get a running back went Evans, Hilton, and Pryor. I can live with that. He actually got very lucky in round 4 because Isaiah Crowell landed with him, and that was a guy, a great pick. And then he got Marshawn Lynch in 5, which I really, really like. So he made up for it. And then he got Danny Woodhead in 7, so a really good draft there. Crowell, Lynch, Woodhead, guys that just solidified his team. But let's look at those first 3 picks. Bell, Bryan, and Edelman. It's a pretty good start. David Johnson, Tyreek Hill, Jarvis Landry. I mean, a little early on Tyreek, but I get it. Ezekiel Elliott, Rob Gronkowski, Carlos Hyde. Thanks for playing. I think you're going to lose this league. Antonio Brown, Jay Ajayi, Demaryius Thomas. No problem with that. Beckham, Cooks, Lamar Miller. It's good. Jones, Freeman, Fournette. Okay. Think I would have rathered a receiver there, but I get the Fournette pick. Evans, Hilton, Pryor, I discussed. McCoy, Baldwin, and Adams. Nice. Thomas, Cooper, Gurley. I mean, Todd Gurley, you're getting pick 9 in the third round. It's pretty good. Then the first quarterback goes off the board, the 10th pick of the third round. This is not a good pick. Aaron Rodgers in the third round just shouldn't happen. I mean, that's just a bad pick. And then the guy didn't even get another quarterback. So I don't know what that guy was thinking at all. And then it was Jordy Nelson, Melvin Gordon, Sammy Watkins, Howard, Hopkins, Kelsey. So some good teams there, some very good teams, and some not so good teams. Quarterbacks, if you look at this board like I'm looking at it, it's basically a lot of quarterbacks went in rounds 8, 9, 10, that range. Rodgers went in 3, Brady went in 4, Luck went in 6, Breeze went in 6. Matty Ryan went in 7. But you could have waited until 10 and gotten Cousins or Derek Carr or Dak Prescott. You could have waited until 11 to get Phillip Rivers and Matthew Stafford. You could have waited until 12 to get Eli Wentz or Dalton. I think I just would have waited. Tight ends, Gronk went way too early in my opinion. I think he's a third-round pick this year, not a second. Travis Kelce goes with the last pick of the third round. I thought that was a steal. Greg Olsen always goes in the 5th round. Just literally, write it down. 5th round, Greg Olsen. Jordan Reed goes in the 4th. I don't really like that pick this year, but it's not a bad pick. Just not a pick that I would have made. So I'm looking here at these teams, and let's look at lineup construction. So team number 1, who has Le'Veon Bell, takes Bell, and then he takes McCaffrey and Procise in 5 and 6. I like that start a lot. And then his receivers are Dez, Edelman, and Brandon Marshall, with Brashad Perriman and Jordan Matthews. That's pretty good. Delaney Walker, that's good. His quarterbacks are Zach Prescott and Andy Dalton. I think that's a legit team. That team could win. That's a pretty darn good team. If Procise and McCaffrey are good, and Brandon Marshall can give the Giants one more good year, this is a pretty good team. Lisa Ann, teams 2. So she has David Johnson, Spencer Ware, Tevin Coleman. Not my favorite. Tyreek Hill, Jarvis Landry, Golden Tate, Willie Snead, Will Fuller. It's okay. Jameis Winston's okay. I mean, this team will be competitive, but probably not win. Team 3's got some issues in my mind. This is the team that took Ezekiel Elliott and Gronkowski and Hyde. So their running backs are Zeke, Hyde, and Montgomery and Kareem Hunt. Their receivers are Alshon Jeffrey, Devontae Parker, John Brown, Taylor Gabriel. You're not winning with those as your receivers. You need a star receiver, and I'm not sure Alshon Jeffrey is that guy. Just not sure. I think he's number 2, not a number 1. Team 4 has Ajayi and Adrian Peterson, Frank Gore, Jamal Charles, Lat Murray. The receivers are Brown, Demarius Fitzgerald, Marvin Jones, Greg Olsen, and Matt Ryan's the quarterback. Not bad. Not bad. They took a defense in round 14. That's stupid. I don't like that. I'd much rather wait for a defense a lot later. I don't need the first defense. The first defense last year is not always the first defense this year. All right, Team 5 has Lamar Miller, Bilal Powell, Paul Perkins, Beckham, Cooks, Anunwa, Wallace, Jordan Reed, Cam Newton. Yeah, I don't. Reed gets hurt. I don't trust Cam. The backfield has issues there. Not loving it. All right, then we've got Devonta Freeman, Leonard Fournette, Derrick Henry, Julio, Bryant, Benjamin, Rashad Matthews, Brady. I think they jumped too early because they have Brady and Cousins. Why do you need Brady if you have Cousins? Or why do you need Cousins if you have Brady? I don't get it. I know it's a best ball league, but I have Tom Brady. I don't need Cousins in round 10. I need another running back or receiver. All right, the team that I think is the best is my guy Truck here. He's got Andrew Luck and Carson Wentz. He's got Crowell, Lynch, Woodhead, and Perrine, and Jonathan Williams. Evans, Hilton, Pryor, Cameron Meredith, Thielen, Robbie Anderson. Nothing I can't complain about that team at all. With Jack Doyle and Julius Thomas. He's a winner chicken dinner right there for Chuck. All right, Team Swan goes Big Ben, and then he's got McCoy, Ingram, and Blunt. I don't like the Ingram pick at all. I do like the McCoy and Blunt. Baldwin, Adams, Crabtree, Cobb, 2 guys on the Packers. Not loving it. All right, Steve Bateman. He's got Russell Wilson and Eli Manning, no problem there. Todd Gurley, C.J. Anderson, Kenneth Dixon, interesting. Michael Thomas, Amari Cooper, Dante Moncrief, Emmanuel Sanders, Josh Doxson, not bad. I think this team could surprise Eric Ebron. I think this team's got, could shock there. Team 10 has Aaron Rodgers in round 3, no other quarterback. DeMarco Murray, Dalvin Cook, Amir Abdullah, Doug Martin. Why would I? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. A.J. Green, Allen Robinson, Jamison Crowder, Eric Decker. I like the receivers a lot. Receivers are good. Running backs okay. Love the quarterback. Decent team. My friend Adam Ronis takes Matthew Stafford and Tyrod Taylor late. He always gets a mediocre quarterback late. But he has Melvin Gordon, Mike Gillislee, Theo Riddick. And then he's got Jordy Nelson, Sammy Watkins, Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Pierre Garçon. I think his team clearly comes down to Sammy Watkins and Keenan Allen. Can they stay healthy? If they stay healthy, he's got a very good team. If not, he's got issues. And then finally, Team 12 has Drew Brees, Jordan Howard, and Joe Mixon. Really like that. DeAndre Hopkins, Corey Davis, Deshaun Jackson, Corey Coleman, Travis Kelce, Kobe Fleener. This is a good team. This is a very good team here. I think Team 1 and Team 12 did an exceptional job. I like Ronis' job, and I love Truck's team. So I think you've got 3 or 4 teams here that are very high level. I think what we see in drafts is people can construct differently, right? So some guy takes a running back in round 2, then his next one is round 6. Truck takes one in round 4 and 5. Ronis takes 1 and 2, and then he waits to get him in round 6 and 7. So I think there's ways of doing it. And what's going to be interesting is to see how this unfolds as we move toward Vegas in September. A guy who's hot today may not be hot tomorrow. Jimmy Graham is a round 8 pick here, but he may be a round 6 pick when we get to Vegas. So it'll be interesting to see how ADPs change. And always a high-stakes player. The high-stakes players find a guy. There's always a guy who just out of nowhere, this is like a 7th or 8th round pick who jumps up to round 5 because somebody's in on him. And they all jump in on this guy. And, who are they right? I don't know. We'll find out if they're right. We'll find out if they're right. But usually high-stakes players jump on a guy, and you'll see that it's very volatile, and you want to be a part of that because they know something. So I'm going to talk about this a bunch, but I think now is as good a time as any to mention it for the first time this year. What makes a high-stakes player a high-stakes player? First of all, preparation. They know the player pool. They know the player pool cold. If you don't know that Marlon Mack is going to be the backup to Frank Gore, you're in trouble. Because you're better. High-stakes players know it. High-stakes players know that Cameron Brate is still worth 7 or 8 touchdowns even though O.J. Howard is there. Okay? That's high-stakes players know the pool. Never forget that. They know the player pool. Secondly, they're fearless. A true high-stakes player is fearless. What do I mean by that? I'll use Truck for an example. Okay? Truck takes Terrell Pryor in round 3. I can guarantee you that nobody in a home league is ever taking Terrell Pryor in round 3. Not happening. Not happening at all. But a high-stakes player does it. Because a high-stakes player says, I want the upside in Terrell Pryor. I'm worried he won't be there in round 4 when I pick again. Let me jump on him in round 3 and get the value. And get the guy I want. High-stakes players get the guy they want. And they don't wait around for pick. Well, I think Terrell Pryor is I think he's a 5th round player. I'm going to wait then. Guy's gone. They jump on him a round or 2 sooner. Are you willing to do that? Or are you the person who's going to sit there and say, oh, no, I can't do that. He's a 5th round player. I'm not taking him. You won't get him. Now, I'm not telling you to be crazy. I'm not telling you to take Terrell Pryor in the 2nd round. I'm telling you if you think he's a 5th round pick, you better be thinking about him in the 3rd. And you better be pulling him in the 4th because he's not there in the 5th. You hearing me? I'm giving you the best advice possible. You want to win a high-stakes league, you got to take chances. Now, last year, people were very smart. People were loading up on receivers, and the guys who ended up winning high-stakes leagues last year just took the running backs. Ezekiel Elliott was falling to pick number 12 and 13. Boom, they took him. Right? So a high-stakes player lets the draft come to them in part, and also goes out and makes the draft come to them in part. They like Carson Wentz, they will move up and get Carson Wentz. But a high-stakes player usually waits to take their quarterback. Wait. We get to Vegas. I'll never forget, I was at a draft with Chad Schrader last year. Guy's one of the top 3 players in fantasy football. It was like round 17. He hadn't even taken his guy yet. I'm like, what is Chad Schrader doing? Doesn't matter. He'll figure it out. You get your running backs, you get your receivers, you get your tight ends, you'll figure out the quarterback situation. I'm sure he can be fine with Joe Flacco and Carson Wentz. I'm sure of it. Because he'll pick up somebody during the season, somebody inevitably drops somebody, and he'll get the guy. And he'll bid whatever he needs on him, and he'll get him. That's what a high-stakes player does. Are you a high-stakes player? Do you want to be a high-stakes player? Do you want to think like a high-stakes player? Well, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach you how to think like a high-stakes player. That's my job, as I see it. Helping you win and helping you learn how to be a high-stakes player so you can be my rich friend. And how are you going to do that? You're going to go to scoutfantasy.com. You're going to enter the promo code ROTO. That's ROTO. You're going to pay for 1 month. You're going to get 2 more for free. And we're going to teach you how to think like a high-stakes player. Trust me, we're in Vegas. You sit next to me in Vegas. Come to Vegas. I can predict the picks in every round. I'll be like, this guy's going next. Sure enough, this guy gone. You'll be like, how'd you know that? I just know. I never get caught unaware in a draft. You can't be unaware in a draft. You've got to be on top of things. That's what we help you do at Scout Fantasy. Be part of what we're doing. Be part of the Scout Army. Be a winner. Not just in DFS, but in your seasonal leagues. And what I want you to do right now, I want you to do this right now. I want you to go to playffwc.com. You go right to our draft lobby. Look at that. 4 spots left in the draft. 4. Get in it right now. Superflex League. Join up. Online Championship, 6 spots left. Be part of a league. Great payouts. The best in the industry. Great customer service. The draft boards are easy to use. Simple. Cheat sheets are there for you. We do everything to make this experience a good one for you. All right, guys. Time now to put away the insurance cards. Put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. We are back tomorrow talking more fantasy sports for you here on this podcast. Have a great day. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!